Good Friday morning. How are you guys doing this morning? I hope Friday morning has found you and yours well. I'm just coming in for a few minutes to see what's up, everybody. Man, y'all, these YouTube streets are what? Popping, right? Man, listening to a few YouTubers, man, y'all. I just don't know when reality is actually going to set in. I was listening to Lady B the other day, yesterday, and at some point in time, the love of money is the root. Money is not the root of all evil, but the love of money could be the source of evil. And I just, I don't know if there is any sort of reality-based situations happening. And I'm listening to everything, and at some point in time, reality has to set in. Hey, Chill Stick. And maybe, like I said, all this stuff is going to come blow up somewhere. And it may need to blow up in the court of law, but reality has to set in first. It ain't but so blind, it ain't but so much blindness can continue, right? The lies, the blindness, it's just, I'm just giving my opinion, y'all. I'm just giving my opinion. Nobody asked for it. But I'm just giving my opinion. I'm not looking for anything. I'm just saying, at some point, reality will have to set in. And I don't care who you support, but realities will have to set in. I mean, man, I just don't, the lies and the intentional lies that continue to be permeated on this doggone YouTube channel, and listening to it and just not understanding. Like, for instance, like I said, I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna say it the way I want to. I have an opinion at times, but you gotta face the fact, right? Let's go with this fact here. All right, and I'm not looking to scoop up anything. Just listen. Marjane is an attorney. Now, in my case, I feel, and I always stated that she was an attorney. I never thought that. Was she, in my opinion, did she reflect to be a person that was a good attorney, a man of integrity? That was my opinion. But I always knew that she was an attorney. She's an attorney, y'all. Whether she's employed or not, she's an attorney. And I always stated that this person does not have to be working in a firm to be an attorney. You don't have to find her name anywhere. All right? You don't have to find her name anywhere. She don't have to be listed in a firm. She can put her card out anywhere. And that's just realistic. Y'all, come on now. Y'all she's an attorney. Whether you like it or not, she's one, right? Okay? Let's get that fact clear. Now let's get some other things cleared. And like I said, it's not really a lot you can do, like people state, when things are public, as it was said to me. When you can go to the police department and get things out of the police department, it's redacted or whatever. It's public information, they said, right? It's public information. All right? Reality has to set in at some point. Whoever you support, reality has to set in. Everybody can look up the laws for themselves. Everybody, if you really want to know, you don't have to follow blindly. Just go look it up and read it for yourself if you have any interest. It's so easy to go look up and read what is right and what is wrong. Or you can just continue just to be what it is. And I think what it is a lot of times people don't want to know the right or the wrong things. Why? Because it doesn't serve the purpose of knowing whether things are right or wrong. That's just it. That's just it. It doesn't serve the purpose to go and investigate and find out for yourself what is right and what is wrong. So we remain in a state of just being ignorant, so we can just do what we want to do, act the way we want to act, and believe the way we want to believe. And then we just keep moving the way we move. Because if we don't want to know, we get to continue to have the behavior. Okay? Simple as that. Everything that is being said and done in this channel can be answered by simply going to get the resources for yourself and looking it up. Okay? That's just it. And that's just all. Okay? I'm just going to bring the gist to it, right? Simply look it up for yourself. Or simply continue to move and just be acceptable to the fact that you chose to know, not to know, because it allows you to behave and react the way you want to react. Good morning, Bonnie, Mitchell, and Tess, Chico, Stick, and Heath. That's just it. Just be honest. Be honest, be honest, be honest. I don't want to know, because if I do find out the truth, then I can't react and be the person I want to be. Right? I just get to continue to do what I want to do, and I get to believe what I want to believe, and that's your right. But the truth of the matter is only that simple. Okay? Is that simple. The girl is an attorney. My opinion was my opinion, and and stole my opinion. But I always knew that she was an attorney. And that's just a fact that y'all, I don't know how y'all can continue to stop, how y'all cannot argue that fact, but it's simple to look up and see her license. She has a bar license. I mean, it's that simple. Now, whether she's active or not, she's active. Whether she is with a firm or not, she doesn't have to be. She has a law license in 2 states that allow her to practice in either one of those states, with a firm or surely by herself. Her license she doesn't have to be within a firm. I kept telling y'all that. She can get licensed in any state, take the bar exam, and work in any state under her own name, from her own address. She can walk into a bathroom and put her card in the bathroom. She can walk outside and place her card anywhere she wants to be, as long as she's still licensed. So the fact that y'all can't find her name anywhere does not make her an attorney. And that's the true fact of it. I've been saying that. Okay? And that's just it. Let's bring some reality to the situation. Okay? Secondly, and like I said, okay? Secondly, that's not a word, but let me say this. I mean, I'm just giving my opinion of things that I've seen, maybe, and that's just it. I don't know. I don't know what type of situation it is, but being out here and sitting back and listening, I mean, you got to know your rights, and you just can't. You have to find out what is right and what is wrong, and you don't have to look it up. You don't have to. But listen, you can't get out here and do the same thing and be doing the same thing that you want to sue somebody for. You can't. There's no way. Anybody can bring a lawsuit, but the reality of it is, if your behavior and action lies with the same person that you're trying to sue, make that make sense? How you gonna have a lawsuit when everything that is happening is been done as well? Okay, I don't see any legal stance, and I know people got legal standing for it. And I'm not an attorney, but common sense is there is no legal basis when all parties are doing the same thing. You cannot find one person. You can't say the person is wrong if your intentions are you're doing the same thing or have done the same thing. You can't. It's a wash. And it's going to be based state by state how each one is handled. But there is no way in heck that you think in this God, in this world, anybody have legal standing when your actions are just are the same. You can't just, your hands can't be dirty. You can't have dirty hands. Your hands cannot be dirty in thinking that you have any type of standing. There's nothing wrong. Lawsuits are filed every day. Doesn't mean the person is right. People got to understand, when somebody files a lawsuit, does not automatically mean they win. Does not mean that they have grounds for. The law allows you to pick your money and file for a lawsuit. Okay, you can file a lawsuit for anything. Doesn't mean that the person, whoever's filing a lawsuit, is right. That's why it has a court. That's why it has a judge, and that's why it has a jury. Anybody can take their money and go file a lawsuit. That's it, and that's all. On anything, on anybody. Okay? On anything, on anybody. Anybody can go file a lawsuit. Filing a lawsuit does not mean anybody is right. It means that you get an opportunity to state your case in a court of law. Okay? That's it. That's all. Spring. What's up, Tilo? What's up? What's up, Carolyn Thurman? How are you? What's up, Tess? What's up, everybody? So I just, have my opinion. Like I said, not looking for anything, no type of smoke. I just still have my opinion when I see certain things, and just, just want to say what I had to say about it. Lawsuits are a dime a dozen. All right, people file lawsuits every day. Doesn't mean that you're right or you're wrong. It just means you want to be heard, and you hope to gain some type of remedy, and find that the judge finds in your favor. But it doesn't mean that somebody files a lawsuit that they're in the right. They just have the opportunity to take their money and file it. Okay? That's just it. But common sense needs to come into play at some point. Common sense needs to come into play at some point. I mean, but you know what? Common ain't always common, is it? Common ain't always common. Point of it, y'all. That's just the point of it. But I just, man, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. That's my point. That's my opinion. What's up, everybody? What's up, Heath? What's up, Bonnie? Well, I'm going to get up out of here, y'all. I'm going to see y'all later. Y'all have a great one. Be blessed. Be awesome. Be the change you want to see in the world. And, yeah. Y'all have a good one. Eyes wide open, y'all. See y'all soon.